Good morning, traders. Welcome to today's market review. This is Fred Razak at CMtrading. Today's December 23rd, 2019, and today is Monday morning, so no major economic events scheduled for today, but I just want to mention this as we start this week, that this is the biggest week of the year where we're affected by so much holiday time that, okay, in terms of trading, you're going to see a lot less volume, okay, considering Christmas holiday is this Wednesday. And then followed by next Wednesday is New Year's Day, okay, New Year's Eve, the previous night. So this Tuesday, Christmas Eve, and next Tuesday is New Year's Eve, is going to be a shortened schedule of trading sessions, so you do want to know about it. So I do expect less volatility as a result. Now, last year we saw some tremendous moves, even on Christmas Eve, so you can't just write it out. But looking at the markets right now, we're watching both the euro and the British pound on support, and the question is, will it bounce? Okay, after 2 weeks of some serious volatility, we're going to take a look at that. Now, looking at the indices, Dow Jones back to new highs, okay, 28,500-ish level last Friday. Going up only 78 points, but it's inching higher, inching higher, inching higher, and we're going to take a look at some of the components that's pushing us higher. Now, looking at commodities, gold at the top of the range, setting up that ascending wedge formation. Okay, it looks like it wants to break up higher on that 1480-ish level, while oil takes a breather at resistance. Now, looking at the stocks, okay, it's a chock full of nuts. It's so much information on stocks, so many things to trade. Microsoft leads the charge higher, while Intel back on major resistance, okay, on the upside. Other notables is Tesla breaking out higher and Netflix on major resistance. There's just so much to discuss in terms of stocks. But let's take a look at the markets and see what we can expect from today's trading. So we're first starting into the Euro USD at a 4-hour chart, and you can see that we're back on our support level, this 110.82-ish level, and right there, okay, we're actually trading right at that 110.82-ish level, okay. If you look back 3 months ago, 2 months ago, you'll see that I had this as a notable previous resistance and now subsequent support. So I do expect it to bounce off of this. Now remember, between my two currencies versus the US dollar, in all seriousness, the GBP is the stronger one. So if I was going to buy one of them, I would look to buy the GBP versus if I was going to buy the euro versus the dollar. Now it's at 130.12-ish level. 130 is a psychological level for sure. Okay, so I do expect it to bounce off of these levels. You might want to start out small and see if it's working towards your favor to actually jump out higher. Now, this is not an AAA trade. It's probably a C, B minus trade. So I wouldn't commit big volume to it. Now, looking at gold, you see that we broke out this morning. Okay, actually I was just speaking about this morning, and at the early parts of this morning it just broke out 1480 when I was first doing this. Okay, this presentation, it was trading at this 1480, and you can see it just broke above it to 1494-ish level right now, 84-ish level, excuse me. So it's breaking out high. Now we do have resistance at this 1484. Okay, subsequently, if we do see that, let's look at it at a 1-hour chart. You can see that this was my ascending angle, my ascending wedge formation, and sure enough, that broke up on that 1481-ish level. And I've been mentioning this since last Friday. Take a look. Okay, now we're at 1480-ish level, 1484. That is a resistance area, so we may see it actually retrace a little bit here. But if it does break the 1485, 1486 with some volume, we can maybe see it go back to the 1500-ish level as we go into the new year. Now, looking at oil, taking a little bit of a breather here at this resistance-ish area. Now, let's set up that resistance just that we have it set up. 61-ish level is that resistance. And the question is it going to go higher? Okay, so oil and the Dow Jones have been trading up higher. So will this recede on the Dow Jones? Not sure yet. Okay, we're going to take a look at that later today. Now, looking at that Dow Jones, we're about 50 pips, 50 points, 40 points of our all-time highs, 28,500-ish level. Okay, just to give you perspective, last year, Christmas Eve, we were trading at 24,000-ish level. Okay, so it's a major retracement for, or major correction rather, for the price of the Dow Jones. Okay, since it's gone from, a tremendous rally from last year. This is last year, okay, at this time, December 23rd right now, and today is December 23rd. So this is exactly last year. We were trading at 21,000, And now we're trading at 28,000 on the Dow Jones, all-time highs. So what is carrying us higher? It's the same story all over again, okay? It seems to be a rotation. If we look at Microsoft leading the charge at 157, this thing is a rocket star ever since it broke above this area. This resistance hasn't looked back, okay? And that's what I'm talking about. And you can see trading at this 157. Now, at these levels, somebody's buying them. Well, they're assuming that it's going to even go higher, okay? So just keep that in mind. Now, we're looking at some technicals here. It just can push higher. I mean, I don't like to buy this at these areas. It's scary, to tell you the truth, because every time it goes a little bit higher and you say, okay, now it's going to turn around, maybe it'll sell off, so I'm not going to buy it here, and then it goes even higher, and then it just recedes just a couple of points, and you say, oh, now there's a turning point. Like, it's really hard to trade these type of markets because there's no much of a pullback to really give yourself an opportunity to jump in. Now, looking at Intel, all right, this is a 4-hour chart. Let's look at a daily chart, just give us a perspective. We're on our highs, okay? We're really at this resistance level at this $58, okay? And we've been challenged with it every single time. So this may be an area that we actually recede here and actually sell off, but it does look like it has a little bit more momentum here. And the reason I say that is because it gapped up and has a green candle right here at the top of the range, so it really may give itself some oomph, especially also it made a bull flag right there, so this is much more probability to be pushing on the upside than on the downside. Now look at some of the other major components. If we look at let's just look at Apple. It's on its highs. It's at 280, 279-ish off, just off of its highs. JP Morgan sold off a little bit to 137 from 138. Okay, not much of a pullback there. But if we look at some of the really, excuse me for the terminology, but some of the more exotic pairs, looking at Tesla here, making all-time highs to 404. Okay, breaking that upside, coming up with the Cybertruck. Okay, a lot of activity there. And looking at, lastly, at Netflix, which is really unbelievable, at 336, right there at previous support, subsequent resistance here. And so if this does break above this area, okay, this is really significant. And this is why it's so significant, is that we're looking at a daily chart, okay? So on a daily chart, if this really breaks out higher, we could get back to the 382. So, the consensus is still very, very bullish. So the markets have to just come through for us there. This is Fred Razak. I want to wish you guys a great trading day and a beautiful week. Thank you.